Can this planner help you if you have ADHD or ADD, however you refer to it? And my answer is yes. I, at one point in my life, was on medication for ADHD. I didn't feel that it worked for me. But I have come to realize what I ended up doing after medication was just like making a bunch of lists. But what I came to realize that for me it was just a bad habit. And I think, a lot of people, self-diagnose or say they have ADHD. They have the inability to pay attention to a task for a long time. And that's what was going on with me. I had an inability to pay attention to a task to see it through. The other problem that I had was that I had an inability to properly prioritize my tasks. I had a lot of things coming at me, and it was hard for me to decide which one I needed to take care of first. And so this, when I started doing it on a sheet of paper, is how I started to fix that for myself. And I've gotten better, and at times I've regressed and gotten worse, and I still have to keep coming back to my Define My Day planner. And I always have found that if I lapsed in using my planner, I was fine for a while and I was able to continue forward, but then I would find myself a little bit off my path, and so I would have to get back into my planner to realign what I was doing and where I wanted to go. And I think that's how it helps someone who has a hard time managing all the things they have to do. And it involves making tough decisions. We have a lot of things in our lives that are screaming at us saying, get me done, like finish this task. But in reality, it has no importance on the place where we want to go. And, my example right now is cleaning up leaves in my yard. I'm getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the end of the year. New Year's is a big time for us. And man, every year I get to this point where I'm looking out my window going, man, there's a lot of leaves out there. I don't want to hire somebody to do it. I know I can do it myself and that whole thing. But, I'm looking out there and I'm thinking to myself, wait, do I want to execute in my business as best I can, or do I want to go outside and spend 5 hours raking leaves? Now, every morning I look outside or I drive into my driveway and I see all of these leaves. I'm thinking to myself, I really need to rake leaves. But I also have to think to myself, in here, I wrote down that my priority is my kids and my business and other things that I have going on. Leaves did not appear there. So I can't divert my time and attention and energy towards leaves. I need to take care of what I've identified in here. And so it's the exercise of continuously having that conversation with myself that what is written in here is my intention, and I'm going to continue to follow that. I can change the direction I'm going depending on a situation. If something unexpected comes up, or if I change my priority, if I change the direction I want to go, that's okay, right? But it's that practice of always coming back. And so the ADHD situation, medications help, right? But I think that in my situation and in a lot of our users' situations, it's not so much a defect in their brains or wherever you might feel this exists. It's more a bad habit of not properly prioritizing the things going on around them. They don't have that ability to say, this is a priority and this is not. I can put that aside and not have to worry about it. I need to continue to work on this. They see it all coming in unlabeled, unprioritized, and whatever's yelling the loudest is the thing that gets taken care of now, which leaves so many very important things undone. And then we get stressed, we get overwhelmed, and we feel like crap. And so we have to develop that skill. And I don't know that you ever, if you have this issue, I don't know if you ever completely resolve it. I don't know that it ever, like, it's the cause of it is believed to be, some people believe it's a chemical thing, other people believe it's an early childhood development thing, but a lot of people deal with this back and forth in their head all of their lives. And I've just used this as a tool to help me navigate it, so that, like, even today, I wrote down what I had to do today in my priority list, but on the right side, in the right column, it's just that blank list we have. And I wrote down just a bunch of things as I thought of them through the day that I want to get completed before this day is over. So at all my business priorities in the priority list, and my kids are my third priority. I don't have them today, but I have things I need to do for them. But then I have all of these things I need to do. I need to make a car payment. I need to send in paperwork for my kids' school. I need to finish payroll. I need to order luminarias for my driveway, for my house, for our light up night in the neighborhood. I need to get my one kid signed up for something for sports. I need to get my dishwasher fixed. So, like, these are all these things that are not priorities, but they're off to the side. And I don't have to continue to worry about them because I know they're over there. I don't have to worry about remembering them because I know they're over there. And at the end of the day today, at lunch I finished some of it, but at the end of the day today, for the things I can do on the internet, I'm just going to check them off at the end of the day and just bang them out real quick. So, it's just this little roadmap, touchstone that you can keep coming back to. And that's the purpose of all of our planners. And it's funny because somebody commented on one of our ads today, why does somebody need to pay for this? You don't. You absolutely don't. This is, it's not, I didn't pay for it when I made it. I literally wrote things down on a piece of paper, priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. It's just that I've done the work to lay out the format that works. It helps bring, the goals to, like, what I need to do today, and helps me connect the dots. And so I already have the formula, and that's what we are selling. If you have something that's working for you, if you can do this yourself, you don't have to buy any of these. But if you want a little bit of a roadmap, if you want a system that's been working for 6-7 years for people on the market now, then it's a proven system. So that's why you would buy this. Now, as far as which one you might want, we have 3 planners. 2 of them are virtually the same. The Defined Life Planner is the one that's just a little bit different. It's a simpler version of these 2. So this is the original one that we have different colors. And it's 4 weeks in each book. And it enables you to track habits, to journal, to bring your 4-week goals to weekly milestones, to daily priorities. It has some mindfulness techniques in there. All of that is also in here. So these are basically the same. This contains 4 weeks. This contains 13 weeks. And the pages are just a larger format. And, what are the odds that I opened it up on day 1, both things? And it's a larger format. It comes with a storage sleeve. You can, it's easier to store, not necessarily easier to carry around. I prefer the one to carry around because I bring it around with me everywhere. If you're somewhere that you're going to keep this on a table or a desk, this one's good for you too. The Defined Life Planner is only the daily page right here. So if you're looking to just begin, that's why a starter kit comes with one Defined Life Planner for 13 weeks of planning. It doesn't have the habit tracking, doesn't have the journaling. You're just doing the daily routine of identifying priorities and going through our mindfulness habits. And it's just to build you up into that routine and build up the momentum that you would want to get started. And you can jump out of that if you feel like you're ready to go with the big boy here. You can jump into it anytime you like. It's a natural progression. I did just the priority planning for quite a long time until I realized that I needed to add some more stuff in there, the habit tracking and the journaling. And so that's, I've been using this now forever, and I still do it every day. My journaling times have changed. I used to try to save journaling for the evening, and I don't do it anymore. I do it in the morning now as part of my meditation. I journal and then I meditate to kind of clear my head a little bit. And I find that I'm never too tired to journal in the morning. I'm frequently too tired to journal in the evening. So I tend to skip it when that happens. So I don't want to do that. And so that's how I've adjusted for that. But that's where we are. When I do these sessions, I'm going to be doing some more live sessions moving forward. So you can look out for me. I'm here to answer questions. If anybody has any questions, you can throw them in the comments and I will get back to you. We're also going to be doing some giveaways and things. I'll prep you a little bit before we do another giveaway. We'll post about it and help, and so you're ready for it. But we did have some people that commented about the products that I was showing them in our last live video over the weekend. And so we're going to be giving away, I think there were a couple people that wanted planner stickers, and so we'll be sending that out to them this coming week. I will tomorrow be going live in the user group. So if you are currently a Define My Day user and you are currently in the user group, I will be going live in the morning in the user group tomorrow morning, and just kind of like a wake-up call, just a, hey, good morning, and, bedhead and all. I'll be there with my coffee and just talking about kicking off the day right. I used to do that a lot when I had like a permanent room where I could have my camera equipment set up all the time. I don't have that at the moment, and I'm trying to work on that and trying to come up with a corner of the house where I can put my stuff and leave it there so it's always set up and ready to go. And I can jump in and do a live session with you guys then. Tina says, I live by lists. Also, I am slowly learning to ask for help to complete the tasks on a daily list before my stress and anxiety kicks in. Love your book. Tina, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's one of the things that I believe we'll probably have to talk about. Boundaries and asking for help and delegating. That's going to be a topic coming up, I believe, in one of these sessions. We have a couple of things that I'd like to talk about that I've been jotting down and trying to plan out. But I know this ADHD topic comes up quite a bit. Because that's the person who is looking for that tool to finally solve the problem. And I believe we have it, but it still takes a lot of work from the individual too. So that's why that was today's first topic, but we have other things coming up too. And one thing I wanted to show you guys while I have you on here, just real quick, if you haven't tried it out yet, on our website, we have an AI program that answers a lot of questions that I think you may have, and it can even walk you through planning a priority. So if you go on definedlife.com, and on the bottom right-hand corner is Lexi here. She's our logo, and she says, hi, I'm Lexi. And you click on her, open her up, and she can answer any question you may have. And so let's just say, I have a hard time asking for help, and see what she says. We've been training her for quite a bit of time. She's been digesting a lot of information about Define My Day and Define Life and our strategies, and she's been answering a lot of these things. I feel like she might take over my job. So she says, it's completely understandable to feel hesitant about asking for help. Many of us worry about being a burden or showing vulnerability, but remember, reaching out for assistance is a sign of strength, not weakness. It shows that you're taking control of your situation and you're willing to take steps towards improvement. How can I assist you today in taking that step? What area of your life are you seeking help with? And so then you can go down the road and say, I need help at home, I need help at work, I need help with my health, assistance in whatever, and they can give you strategies on how to resolve that. And we even have it so she'll walk you through planning out a goal. So if you have a goal that you want to talk about or deal with in your Define My Day planner, she can help you break that down into daily priorities. It's kind of cool. Stephanie says, when you're putting out fires all day at your job, it's hard to set hard priorities. Resolving IT tickets takes me away from getting my priority item taken care of, makes me feel defeated every day. So Stephanie, I don't know that I knew that was what you did, but that's where I developed this. So I owned an outsourced IT company where I managed networks for other companies. And that's why I had to come up with this, because I wasn't even help desk. But the customers were calling me to resolve help desk problems, and I was answering those questions, and it was hurting my business. But I do understand. So the boundary for me was that I had to stop answering those questions and redirect them to the help desk, and it pissed them off. But at the same time, if I'm going to have a stable business, stable environment that strategically plans networks for my customers, I couldn't be answering reactive questions. And so it took some getting used to for my customers and for me. Like, I really wanted to answer emails. I really wanted to dive into tickets. I really wanted to solve problems, but it was creating problems for myself. So there's a lot mixed into there. There's boundaries, there's expectations, there's all sorts of things. But so in your situation, your job, your role is reactive, right? And so that's hard, because your job is to deal with whatever anybody else is coming with in your direction. And so, I guess for me, if you were one of my help desk people and you had that problem, it would just be about boundaries, and it's probably just setting rules for yourself, in that, like, I have to be on call, 8-10 hours, whatever your role is. But then as soon as it's off, I'm going to take a breath, I'm going to take a breather, I'm going to do what I need to do to recuperate. And then I'm going to shift gears and spend, it doesn't even need to be a long time, 10, 15 minutes, whatever your priority is. It's obviously personal to you, but it's that, carving out that time to do that thing that you say is really important to you, and getting into the habit of protecting that time, focusing your effort during that time, and then when you're done, you can go ahead and go address other things. It's hard, especially in the reactive. Like, nursing is that way too. Like, there's a lot of, teaching is in that way, where you're very dependent on other people's issues or concerns or whatever. And it makes this hard, but it also makes this more important. When, especially with me with kids, so single father, I'm very much at the mercy of their schedules. So I have to be highly aware of my priorities, so that if I have a free 15, 30 minutes, that I know, like, I need to, like, jump into my priority and get that done, or as much done as I can, so that I can go then do the other things that are screaming at me. It actually makes this process more necessary the less you can control your schedule. Tina says, here, let me fix the screen so this gets out of the way. Tina says, sounds like we have the same job, and yes, have to follow the process, submit the incident. So, it's funny that we got so many IT people. So that, I mean, it's when I created this, I created this for other business owners. And it's funny that we have 2 IT people in here talking about this. And yeah, learning how to delegate. Yes. I guess it depends on what your role is. But even at home, asking for help. A lot of my issue, and I think my ex's issue, I had a hard time asking for help. I think I expected a lot of times that, or we all do, I think we all sort of afflicted by it, that we expect other people to know what our needs are. And we can't verbalize them. And then when we do verbalize them, it's overly emotional. And so I think that if we get in the habit of saying, like even with my kids here, dishes, taking dishes out of the dishwasher, watering plants, and they fight back, and I have to say, like, look, this is your job, and I need you to do this to help me out. And we did do some leaves over the weekend. I ended up paying somebody to do the leaves. I found somebody that could do it at a reasonable price, so they took the bulk out. But then we had a storm here, and there were more. And we had time through the Thanksgiving holiday, so I did take my kids outside for a couple of hours and rake leaves, and they were miserable. But I set them up with like a leaf vacuum in the bags, and I helped them out, and I blew them all together. But without their help, it would have taken me a lot more time. And so, even fighting through that, I don't want to do it. We got it done because I was successfully able to delegate. Team leader. Yeah. And so it's hard, even then, especially because you're probably a team leader because you're good at what you do. And so then it's also hard to let go of that and let somebody else do it, and maybe not do it to the level that you would want to do it. And that was part of my problem, especially when we hired on a new help desk person, is letting them struggle through trying to figure something out. And especially when like when I knew my customers were like, I just want to get back to work. This shouldn't be happening. I'm angry, whatever. And I know what the problem is, and I can fix it in 5 minutes. And the help I can hear them talking, and I can hear them, explaining and trying to figure it out. And I can see the notes on the ticket, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I got to have this done already. But, it's part of the process. And so, even in that situation, it's going back to that priority thing, right? It's that like the leaves, you have to let that go. And as long as there's not going to be a negative impact that's going to hurt you later on. So if something goes wrong and then you have to put out a major fire later. But that's where you invest in, sitting down with the person, teaching them how to do it, letting them screw it up a little bit, and you go off and do what you got to do that might be more important. So it's a hard process to go through. I know. So yeah, that's it. Any other questions or anything you have here? Trying to think what else I could do. I had another question for our little AI person here, and I forgot what it was. I got to remove this. What was I going to ask her? Dead air. I can't remember what I was going to ask. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. I have ADHD. How can this help? How about instead of this, so we tell her what we're talking about? And while she's going, I'm going to look and make sure we don't have any comments. It is funny that we have 2 IT people on here. Okay. Oh, we got a long answer on this one. So, Define My Day can be very beneficial for someone with ADHD. The planner is designed to help you focus on what matters most by setting clear, achievable goals and breaking them down into monthly, weekly, and daily tasks. The structure can create a sense of order and reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed, which is often a challenge for individuals with ADHD. Sort of what we talked about, right? So here's how Define My Day can assist you. It encourages you in prioritization. It encourages you to choose up to 3 main priorities each day. So she goes through like the important parts, the core principles of Define My Day. Distraction management is probably one of the really big ones in there, because you get that shiny object syndrome. I had that as a business owner. You have a new tool, a new advertising venue, or a new event to go to. There are all sorts of things that could take your time, attention, and energy away. And so that distraction management, I think, is a key part of this ADHD mix, and really helped me in the Today I Will Avoid section of our book. Is that every day I write down, like, I can foresee. A lot of times it was a repeatable thing that would take me off track or would trigger me into going into another direction. And so, what was today's? I think today, BS. So that's actually something that's been appearing on mine lately. I will avoid BS. So the minute I start feeling a dramatic situation coming on or somebody else's drama coming my way, I just immediately turn and like pivot some other direction. And so, that sort of a thing is big for me right now. But a lot of times, like for the IT support stuff, it was answering emails. Like, I will avoid answering emails, outside of certain times. Because I know I can get sucked into my email and start answering emails, and a half an hour later, I have not addressed my own things, my own priorities. So that's a big one. Gotta identify and strategize those distractions. All right, so I am gonna head out and get ready for bed. My bedtime is 10 o'clock, and I am trying to get all of my disciplines done, and being in bed by 10 o'clock is one of my disciplines. So I'm going to get that done. And I will be here tomorrow morning. I'm going to leave all the stuff here so that when I have my coffee, I'm going to jump on and have a conversation in the Define My Day user group with the people who are currently in there, and hope to see you all there. Stephanie emails, yes, I've started only viewing emails 2 times a day. Exactly. That is a great strategy. Because you can't get sucked into it. Like, you have to block off the time. That's the boundary. So awesome. Good for you. Hey, you're welcome. I appreciate you being here and listening to me. We're going to, we used to do this a lot, and I'm going to start doing it more because I enjoy it, and I enjoy the conversation, and I enjoyed learning a little something about you guys. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you very, very soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.